Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I hope everyone is doing okay today. This morning, 4:53 in the morning. Let me check my mic. Gotta be honest, I'm tired, eyes hurt, and itch. And eye drops aren't helping. And I feel crummy, even though I can't sleep. Now, I'm up doing other stuff, working on t-shirts and everything else. Other things to do with the site. Well, it's not really a site, I guess the channel. And I see something on Twitter giving a confirmation for something that I had already somewhat assumed. Those kids that were blown up in that bomb that hit that school bus, those innocent children who were blown up in the school bus, was blown up with an American bomb. The bomb apparently had been given to the Saudis. I saw a little blurb somewhere as I was scrolling through Twitter at one point with the mental note to go back to it. Before I do anything, before I close out for the night, I'm going to go back to it. This is CNN reporting. The bomb that killed 40 children in Yemen was supplied by the United States. The bomb that was used in Saudi-led coalition in a devastating attack on a school bus in Yemen was sold as part of the United States Department sanctioned arms sales with Saudi Arabia munitions expert, told CNN. Working with the local Yemeni journalist and munitions expert, CNN has established that the weapon left dozens of children dead on August 9th was a 500-pound laser-guided Mk-82 bomb made by Lockheed Martin, one of the top U.S. defense contractors. The bomb is very similar to the one that wreaked devastation in an attack on a funeral hall in Yemen in October 2016, which 155 people were killed and 100 more were wounded. The Saudi-led coalition blamed incorrect information for that strike, admitted it was a mistake, and took responsibility. How did they take responsibility? In what way? They just admitted it? Yes, I killed these people. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Can I go on my way? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I've taken full responsibility. We have a lot of people in prison who would love that standard. They would love that standard. In March of that year, a strike in the Yemeni market, this time reported by United States supply precision-guided Mk-84 bomb, killed 97 people. I like that. They're going through the catalog of death that's taking place in Yemen, guided by the United States, supporting this theocratic regime. Look, well, wait a minute. I want to go to Mathis. Better yet, I'm going to go to this guy, because this is the guy that matters. When I was in Egypt, there were a few people that I met. It was frustrating sometimes because you're doing this thing where it's like, hey, is that water? Yes, that's water. I'm thirsty. I'm starving. I've been puttering out here in the desert for God knows how long. How much is that water? $20. I'm not giving you $20 for the water, dude. Okay. I'll be fair. 17. I am not. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't want it. There was a lot of that. In our society, for the most part, things have a price. You pay the price and you go out of Dodge. In that society, at least from the standpoint of us going there, not so much. That's fucking aggravating. It's extremely aggravating. Now, at a certain point, you realize, okay, it's not personal, even though you take it personal because it's personally happening to you. But there's a monetary differential between where they are versus who you and where you are. Right or wrong doesn't apply. It just is. You can add right or wrong to it. Fair enough. That's a lens you can look at it with. But it just is. The goal is not to get scammed. But once you get past that point, sometimes you meet awesome people. This person. She was awesome. She was my tour guide. She took me from point A to point B around the Sphinx and everything else, giving me sights, even taking me through a market, even though the market wasn't necessarily on the thing, and she kept me away from trouble. Actively kept me away from trouble. She was awesome. My uncle said, "Did you hit on her?" I said, "No, because I didn't want my balls in a jar." I understood the culture that I was in. Here's this guy. This was the guy that took me out on my camel. I have an awesome picture on my camel because of this guy. I don't know this guy, but this guy wrote Rambo on his camel, which makes him awesome. I know nothing else about him. That right there by itself makes him fucking epic. Let's keep going. There's more. This is my guide again, but she's in the mosque. In this mosque, there was a guy that hit on her shamelessly. The guy, it was fucking hilarious. You must understand, in their society, it's not this idea of women going out for lunch with men is not necessarily founded, at least not from the older people in the culture. Many of the younger people apparently somehow tries to get around it sometimes, but from my understanding, it's not done. So in a situation where if she was in America, she would know exactly what's taking place because the culture is different. In this scenario, she is being hit on shamelessly by a guy in that mosque. And she is not seeing it at all. Like, just oblivious, completely oblivious. And I'm standing there like, you realize he's hitting on you. And we're walking away. I said, you know he's hitting on you, right? She says, what? Hitting on me? I said, he's hitting on you. He's just making a pass. He says, oh, you mean he's affectionate? I mean, really? Really? Is that what was taking place? Yes, that's what was taking place. That's why I'm showing this mosque. Because I'm giving a shout out to that guy for trying. The reason I'm showing these pictures is because if anything happened in that part of the world where these people were bombed or injured, I'd be put off by that. It would bother me. I interacted with those people. I saw those people. I was around those people. I realized that those are just human beings just like you and I are human beings. Sometimes, for whatever reason, we have this belief that death over there matters less. Be honest. Be honest. It's the way we go about our affairs. It is impossible to say that we care about death in the Middle Eastern countries and proceed in the way that we proceed. Like, Obama is hailed as this hero of sorts. And he was propagating a war in the Middle East that killed hundreds of thousands in the Syrian conflict. Like, that's fucking amazing. Nobody puts that on him. That is on him to some degree. I understand how it started. But at a certain point, you're giving them weapons and resources, and it is going to the hands of terrorists. Are you fucking kidding me? It is going into the hands of terrorists. Death over there, from the standpoint of America, matters less. I'm saying it shouldn't matter less. Those are real people. This guy. Look at this guy's face. Do you think death matters less to him, or do you think it hurts? Do you think the look on his face, do you think that's hurt, or do you think that's something else? That's utter sorrow. There's a child that was going to school that didn't come back home. And it didn't come back home for something that the United States made and gave to a bloodthirsty, theocratic regime that chops off heads and hands and crucifies. That's what we're talking about. You have crumbling fucking roads. Do you understand this? You don't even have health care. And you're giving weapons away. And maybe giving weapons away is the wrong way to say it, because these weapons are being purchased. I guess I'm making the point that why are we giving weapons away to them at all? Why are we assisting Saudi Arabia in the murdering of Yemenis? What is the reason that we're doing this? Why are we assisting them? This is a bloodthirsty regime. They've been weaponizing disease. There's a cholera epidemic in Yemen based on the way that they've been going about their affairs. They've been bombing civilians left and right. Indiscriminate bombing of civilians. With our assistance. Home of the free, land of the brave. Assisting in the murder of thousands. They knew in many of these situations that there were going to be civilians on the ground that was being bombed. They were alerted in many of these situations that civilians was in the area, especially when we're talking about that dock or that port. But even before you get to the port position of that port, they were bombing civilians. In this report, CNN goes through multiple instances where they were bombing civilians with our assistance. Is this is really what you want, the United States assisting? And beyond that, is it even legal? What legal trick, what legal edifice are we using to do this? CNN tries to pin the blame on Donald Trump. This goes far beyond Donald Trump. This goes beyond Donald Trump. I'm sorry if I'm blinking. My eyes are screwing with me. I need to take a Benadryl, and I've started the video, so I can't do anything about it right now. Look, I'm not going to keep this long. CNN confirms that the bomb that was used that killed 40 children that hit a bus, extinguished their life. They weren't soldiers. They didn't do anything wrong. They were going about their way. I don't know how the school bus looked. Apparently Saudis mistaken the school bus for some kind of terrorist thing. Or they were just indiscriminate and didn't care. I strongly suspect they were just indiscriminate and didn't care. Hey, maybe they look at Yemeni's life like we look at Middle Eastern life. Like it doesn't matter. I'll end this here. Alright guys. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support the Patreon. Thanks everyone.